it over and over again. Andy's on his way to the Mets game right now, I think. He's heading up there.
Okay.
We are live, by the way. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Someone asked if I actually did bet the underdogs yesterday, the experiment I was describing on the show. And the answer is no. I didn't even do it. And the Jazz won. So the experiment was successful. I personally didn't even do it. But I got a lot of messages and comments. It looks like a lot of people ended up doing it. So a lot of people hit on it, but I personally didn't do it. Tell me why we're not going to do that same experiment tomorrow with all these NBA games. I mean, whatever. This isn't an NBA show, but so someone asked, Kyle needs to apologize to Toast and Beaver about the Blue Jays Rockies. I will do no such thing.
That was an on-air sonning. We absolutely sunned your ass. You tried to say Gal's been best pitcher in AL, yada, yada, yada. The guy's hurt. His arm was falling off. He got cranked by the best lineup in baseball.
You guys got lucky.
I mean, there was no luck about that.
I was going to say.
That was
all right,
grade
cool.
A read.
Take him again today.
Nope, absolutely not.
Oh, my God. Toast did. Well, Toast.
Well, first five.
So Scoop did the results this morning. Toast is now up over plus 12 units, which is insane. It's almost a unit a day. It's a crazy pace. I think I'm at like plus 6. Probably you might be passing me soon because you had 2 good days in a row. I think I'm at like
I
plus.
only bet half units still, so I don't know.
Oh, you're a coward.
I like to be conservative, so I have more data.
Have you ever heard the expression "scared money make no money"?
Have you ever heard the expression "eat a bag of shit"?
Beaver, I'm with you, dude. I've been playing like points, no more than 0.75s.
All right. So let's get it started. So I have 13 games queued up. I personally didn't even pull graphics up for the doubleheaders. We usually don't bet doubleheaders, and if you're new to betting baseball and you want to know why we don't bet doubleheaders, it's unpredictable as far as the management of the games. You'll see a game where it's the first leg, it'll be 4-2. Team doesn't even use their best arms out of the bullpen to secure the win mysteriously because they want to save them for the second game. You'll bet the game, then all of a sudden a couple players ruled out right before the start, and they're only going to play in the second one. So I know a lot of people are looking at those doubleheaders and trying to bet them, and by all means, go ahead. But just know that there's a little bit of unpredictability there. Sometimes you'll see last-minute lineup shifts, unpredictable management, like where guys are getting pulled out of the games in the 6th inning for no reason because they want to rest them for the second one. Just weird stuff. So usually you'll see us pass. Pretty much all 3 of us do that, pass on the doubleheaders because of that. So I don't even have them queued up. Just want to. It's tough. So we're going to start with Mets Royals. So we're doing the other. There's actually 17 games today, but we have 13 queued up. That's why I said that, to explain that. So we got Royals at plus 140. Remember when you guys faded the Mets yesterday? That was hilarious.
Actually, that didn't make my ticket.
Who cares? You were talking shit about the Mets. You took the Royals. You were like, hottest team in baseball. You said that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing with house money on the Royals. Why not?
So, Toast, you said you're laying minus 120 juice. It's minus 165.
For the first 5 run line?
Oh, you took the first 5 run line. Let's see if Prop Beaver gave you a graphic.
No, I didn't. I didn't send it to him.
But I told him to look on the website to see what you posted.
I didn't post anything.
I made one because that's my pick.
Oh, Toast, go ahead. Looks like you and Prop Beaver are the same thing.
It's his pick. Go Beaver.
No, actually, you go ahead because I'm writing up something.
Somebody go ahead. How about that?
Okay.
You go ahead.
First and foremost for me, I need to make an apology to Sean Manaea. He's looked fantastic. Even going back to last year, he's looked pretty damn decent. And now he's going to face a Royals team that I'm not sure if I want to play them now after a 8-game win streak. They have won 8 out of 10 games. So like we were just talking before the show, it's like kind of letting out all the air out of the balloon. Alex Marsh looked fantastic his first start on the road in Baltimore. Looked a little bit more shaky at home against the White Sox the next start out. I don't think he's going to get as lucky here today against this Mets team that is rolling right now, as Kyle loves to tell you, is the top 10 baseball lineup in baseball, and they're freaking playing like it. 8 runs against Atlanta, then 5, 16, and 6. This team is absolutely rolling offensively right now. Manaea looks great his first 2 starts against Cincinnati and Detroit. Those teams aren't terrible. 11 total innings, 14 strikeouts, 4 walks is a little bit concerning, but only 1 run between those 2 games. So the Mets are, like I said, the Mets are rolling right now. Sean Manaea is pitching at an all-time high for his standards. I think Alex Marsh has been a little bit lucky. I think this is a Mets game all the way. So I have no problem playing the juice in the first 5.
Yeah, it's hard not to make a case for the Mets lineup to get to Alec Marsh.
Right.
If you actually, 1-0 with a 3.09 ERA, he's off to a decent start this year. But Alec Marsh, is Alec Marsh a young developing arm though? Like, does he have a high ceiling?
I don't know about a high ceiling. I think we'll see. We'll see how he looks today. I think that he got a little bit lucky in Baltimore. Personally, I think that was probably as best as you're ever going to see Alec Marsh.
So, I guess based on the fact that the Mets bats are hot and you got Alec Marsh coming off a good start, probably due to get rocked, you would have to say either Mets first 5 run line or a first 5 over, depending on whether or not you trust Manaea, right, Prop Beaver?
Repeat that real quick.
Well, I would say, I think we all can agree that we expect the Mets bats to get to Marsh. So
yeah.
I know you like the Mets first 5 run line, but it would have to be a Mets first 5 run line or a first 5 over, depending on whether or not you trust Manaea.
Oh, yeah, completely agree. I will trust Manaea in this case, just simply due to the fact that the Royals are a team that everybody expected to be better against lefties this season, myself included. That's what I thought all season. Bet them against lefties. But if we're just looking early on in the season, that actually hasn't been the case. They're 20th in WRC+, 23rd in OBP against lefties, compared to 6th in WRC+, and 9th in OBP against righties. And really where the Royals have been hot against lefties over their last 3 seasons has been at home. At home, they're like top 5 in WRC+, ISO, OBP, but on the road, they're bottom 5 in all those same categories. Basically, I think that we're going to see Sean Manaea actually have a pretty decent game here. He's looked good the first 2 times he's pitched the season. On top of that, he's had some shaky history against the Royals in the past, but if you look at his 2 home starts against them, 2.03 ERA, 0.75 whip, 9.5 K per 9, has dominated them at home. I'm willing to take the leap of faith on Manaea here at home, where he's been better in his career, that he goes out and he deals here, and the Mets bats just continue to do what they're doing. They were so cold in the beginning of the year that they had to heat up. I just didn't think they'd heat up to this magnitude. Right now they are killing right-handed pitching.
As much as a Mets fan, I appreciate you guys' faith in Manaea. I personally don't have as much as you do. I don't think I'm going to bet this one. I want to bet the Mets, but not at this price. And I'm not as crazy about the first 5 run line bets as you guys. You guys really like those. I think I never have success with them. I feel like for every one I hit, I lose 2. So personally, I would go here. Just a full game over 8.5. I think that'd be my favorite bet here. But I want to get through the other 12 games. You know what? I'll write it down. I'd say the chances of this one ending on my final ticket, though, are pretty slim. But maybe if we go through the ticket and there's just like nothing I like, maybe I'll put a few dollars on this over. But that, based on what you guys say, I think the Mets get to Marsh. And I personally see, Prop Beaver, I don't like how I feel like you kind of abandoned your opinion on the Royals bats against lefties based on a way too small sample size to start the season. You still think this is going to be a good lineup against lefties, right?
Dude, I just told you that they don't hit lefties on the road.
I know, but like
all season. So I'm going to stick to the trends that keep paying me out thus far. I've been sticking to the historical data. It's been doing well for me. Why am I going to abandon the historical data? They don't hit lefties on the road. I'm not backing them against a lefty on the road. The only one they hit a lefty on the road thus far was Cole Irvin. He sucks.
All right. So it looks like the community is finally coming around to the Mets. All of you guys faded the Mets yesterday. And by the way, Toast, something we need to talk about for next week. The people in the comments want us to track how the community does. So that might be something. Maybe we just write down the winner of the poll every time, and then we could start the show off. Be like, hey, you guys in your voting went 10-7 or whatever the fuck.
Yep. Hey guys, what? I'll buy a notebook today at Walmart and I'll write them down every day.
There you go. So I think that'd be cool, and then we could start the show with a graphic that shows how the votes did. I think that's a cool idea. All right. So anyway, let's move on to the next game.
Also, it helps at the end with the community parlay. We'll never guess. Like, do we have to look back?
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. The only thing to do is how are we going to track it when it's like a minus 240 favorite? Because like,
Oh yeah,
we got to figure. We'll talk about it though. So we got next up Reds, White Sox. Now Toast, we had said we like the White Sox in this spot. That being said, I didn't realize it was going to be this expensive. I mean, plus 105 is crazy with the White Sox.
Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous. I did play White Sox first 5 money line at plus 100 at BetMGM. Look, do I think the price is absolutely gross? Yes, but at least we're getting plus money, and I think that it really shows like the spot that the Reds are in. A fate with Nick Lodolo on the mound, who hasn't pitched since last year. He's going to be making his first start, like I said, obviously since last year. So I'm not really there as far as with the Reds. And then Garrett Crochet has been absolutely a stud. I understand that on the road at Kansas City, going 5 innings and 2 hits isn't really impressive, but at home against Atlanta, going 7 innings, only giving up 3 hits and 1 run, 8 strikeouts. And that's the thing. It's the strikeouts, 21 total strikeouts so far. This kid's just been absolutely rolling. I mean, and honestly, like I understand that they're losing games, but the White Sox aren't playing terrible. I mean, those games in Cleveland, I mean, they could have won a couple of those games too. Obviously, they got blown out yesterday, but today's a completely different situation. So I'm going to take my chances in the first 5. Like I said, I do think there's a huge major starting pitching advantage. Obviously, Cincinnati has them with the bats, but I like Cincinnati against righties a lot more than I do against lefties, so I'll take my chances here at plus 100. But no, the price is gross. I'll admit that.
Yeah, this one really comes down to how heavily you value starting pitching in your handicap, because no question, the White Sox have the huge edge here. They have the much better starting pitcher. Isn't this Lodolo's first start since last season, right? Since the injury?
Yep. Since 5/6/23.
And he had a stretch where he was really bad last year too. I know he had a stretch where he was pitching pretty well, but it's tough because part of me is like, you know what? Everyone's going sharp buying the White Sox down. Maybe I'll just take the much better team at a minus 125 price. But with the serious pitching disadvantage, I think I would have to lean towards the White Sox here. Prop Beaver?
It's either White Sox first 5 or pass. I mean, but it's egregiously priced. I'm not gonna lay any form of juice to back the White Sox for the first 5 here. I mean, Garrett Crochet's looked good so far, but the dude has 3 starts under his belt. I mean, I'm not just gonna like give that much respect to him based off that small of a sample size. So yeah, I'm good off of this one. White Sox first 5 money line or pass.
Did you say don't we expect the Reds to struggle against lefties this year?
Yeah, we do. I mean, maybe if you wanted to do a first 5 under, but then I don't want to depend on Nick Lodolo in his first start to be good. Because if honestly the White Sox didn't crank Logan Allen the other day, then yeah, I'd bet the first 5 under. But they did crank Logan Allen, and that made no sense to me, so it's throwing me off a bit.
They did crank it too.
I'll go White Sox or pass at plus 105. I know you guys said first 5 to isolate the starting pitching matchup, but the Reds bullpen sucks. So it's not like, oh, I know the White Sox bullpen is also terrible, but it's not like I think the Reds have the huge advantage in 6 through 9. So at the plus 105, I would go White Sox or pass. I'm going to write that one down too. I mean, maybe we could say the price is there for a reason. I personally think the price is there because there's a lot of sharp chasing going on in this one. You know what I'm saying?
Not to mention if, like, let's say Lodolo gets like hit up a little bit, Cincinnati's not gonna send out their best arms in relief. They're gonna send out like Justin Whitson and Buck Farmer to take the rest of the innings. So
if the White Sox have the lead after 5, chances are they should be able to score more against the lesser arms for Cincinnati, in theory.
Yeah.
All right. So 46-37 in favor of the Reds. So community definitely leaning towards Cincinnati here. Next up, Rockies, Blue Jays. We can skip this one.
I gotta play though. I gotta play it.
This is what happened in this game is some bullshit. This is just proof that sometimes blind squirrels find acorns despite being blind. Toast and Prop Beaver took the Rockies yesterday. They thought they were sweet. All right, what are you taking, Toast?
Just Rockies first 5. Not playing the full game, but I am playing the first 5. First and foremost, okay, just in general about the Rockies. Have they been losing games? Yes. No question about that. But if you take a little bit deeper look into those games, all those games against Tampa Bay and Arizona, they were in those games and they were in those games late. I understand they lost by 2 in a lot of those games, but there was a lot of those games where a flip of a coin or an at bat goes the other way and they win those ball games. So I think there's this idea out there that Colorado's playing really, really bad right now because they've started the year 3-7. And I could make an argument, or I'm sorry, their last 10 games are 3-7. And I could make an argument that they at least they could be 6-4. And then again, not that they're going to be turning heads or anything, but the point being that Colorado is playing pretty decent baseball right now. Toronto Blue Jays, on the other hand, is also 4-6 their last 10. So it's not like they're playing out of their mind either. We have Dakota Hudson on the mound for the Rockies, who you can say what you want. I mean, he's not some power arm, but he's not horrible, and he hasn't pitched horrible this season. He went on the road to Chicago, went 5 1/3, didn't give up any earned runs. He gave up 3 unearned runs because that's obviously errors and whatever, but that's a good pitching performance. And then at home against the Rays, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. Nothing special, but that'll get the job done. I'll take 7 innings and 3 runs almost any day of the week. And then for the Toronto Blue Jays, Yariel Rodriguez is starting. It's making his major league debut. I'm not going to pretend like I know a whole bunch about this kid. I know that they like him, but to me, I think there's a whole bunch of value on the Rockies here. And if I'm going to get them at a huge, big plus price, I'm definitely going to take my chances with them because I don't feel like Toronto should be laying a huge price to anybody right now. So at plus 150 in the first 5, I'll take my chances.
I mean, it's I'm not taking the Rockies, but it's really hard to disagree with what you said, especially after what I saw yesterday. That was. I'm not betting. There's no chance I place a bet on this game. I guess, gun to my head, if I was forced to, I would probably say under. After the Rockies score 12 runs, I could see that lineup just getting blanked. And also, we're getting it nice and high number 9 because of what happened yesterday, and because of the starting pitching. And I feel like maybe get this White Sox off the screen. So you know what? I'll actually put that up. So. Because of what happened yesterday, we saw a ton of runs, and we got 2 starting pitchers on the mound that people don't trust. We're getting this number all the way up at 9, and I think people are forgetting that these are not 2 lineups that you can rely on to consistently score runs. So I think the under at this big number at 9 would probably be the best move for me, but I don't really like it. Prop Beaver?
For Toronto?
What were you going to say?
I was just going to say 7 of their last 10 games, they haven't scored 4 runs, just to your point, Sauce.
Right.
Yeah, actually, I don't mind either of your angles. That's the main reason I'm passing on this game because I feel like, I would love to go right back to the Rockies and run it back and like try and recapture that magic, but the team had 20 hits yesterday and 12 runs. I mean, how often are you going to get that from the Rockies? And I mean, for them to follow that type of performance up, I mean, we're asking a lot from a lineup that's pretty ass, so I don't know. I like both your angles. No way would I even touch the Blue Jays here. I did see a trend, though. I like the tweet. I just need to find it real quick. It's popping up. Can these people... I don't know what the trend is anymore. Basically, they're 22-0 following the spot that they were in yesterday. Off that loss, where they lost by that much, where they were that favored. 22-0 in their last 22 spots. So...
yeah, it'd be under a pass for me. Not a great one.
I actually think the under is probably a better play. Now that you're saying it, now that we're like looking at it like that, but yeah.
Someone in the comments said we're scared of double headers.
Yes, 100%.
The object of this is to make money, not just to give out picks for the sake of giving out picks.
I am scared to lose money on a stupid managerial decision. 100%.
You can tell that person hasn't been betting baseball very long.
Wait till some AAA reliever comes in and bottom 7, down 1 with men on out, and you're like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, and then it'll be like, oh, I get it. Like when they'll have a lead, and then they'll bring in their low end arm with the lead in the
just
7th.
Got this guy up from AAA. We saw him at the McDonald's. He needed an arm today.
Yeah,
so.
it's like, oh, I get what they were saying now. Why we don't bet these garbage games that shouldn't even exist on the schedule. Brewers on the road in Baltimore. Brewers came through for us in a big way. I kind of wish I bet it heavier. I got into the plus 100. It was the right side all the way. Here we are. We got the Brewers against a righty again. This team is annihilating right-handed pitching. Kind of tough to not at least glance at the Brewers again at plus money. I mean, I don't like DL Hall.
I'm on the Brewers.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on the Brewers in the first 5. I'm backing DL Hall here.
Yeah, hell yes. 100%.
Yes.
Go, Beaver, go.
Go Beaver, go King. So this time the Orioles are facing a lefty, and I don't know what the hell is going on with the O's bats against lefties. Have been pretty good against them over the past 2 or 3 seasons, but right now they stink. The last 4 lefties to face the Orioles have combined for a 1.16 ERA and a 0.64 WHIP. Now it's one thing to get shut down by Cole Reagans and Reed Detmers; those guys are bowling out right now, great pitchers. But you're getting shut down by Marco Gonzalez and Bailey Falter. That is very concerning to me. And they're being priced right now like it's still 2023. 2023, they were 8th in WRC+, 10th in OPS against lefties. This year, they're 28th and 29th. Even if we go back since 2022, the Orioles have been much better at hitting lefties away from Camden due to the dimensions of their park. They're bottom 5 in WRC+, ISO, and OPS at home against lefties. And their worst spot, where they are 30th in WRC+, 30th in ISO, and 29th in OPS, home day games against lefties. DL Hall, he isn't off to the best start this season. There's no hiding that. 4.82 ERA, 3.86 WOBA. But against a team that just traded him away in a spot where they ranked dead last in WRC Plus the last 2 seasons, I like a bounce back here. There's a reason his earned runs line is juiced heavy to the under despite his early struggles. On the other side, we got Kramer. He's coming off a gem, but he's not a guy that I think is anything special. Through 3 seasons as a starter, he's got a 4.54 xFIP, 1.32 WHIP, 1.4 home runs allowed per 9, particularly nothing great. He's even worse in the day. And to be honest to me, it doesn't really matter how Kramer's doing because as Kyle alluded to, this Brewers lineup is destroying righties. 2nd in WRC+, 5th in ISO, 2nd in OPS. The last 5 righties to face the Brewers have combined for a 9.75 ERA and 2.3 home runs per 9. With the Brewers against the righty and the Orioles against the lefty, there is just simply too much value in passing up on the Brewers to win the early frames where the Orioles tend to start slow.
I mean, why wouldn't we also take them full game?
I did. I played first
because
5 and full game.
The Orioles know how to hit late innings. I don't understand you.
Fake trend.
How many times do I have to say that? I hope you lose the full game. Such a stubborn prick.
I played the full game too.
Let's do it, Toes.
Both of them. I played them both. I play them both. Just for the record, I played them both. They'll both be on my ticket. I'm getting plus 115 in the first 5. I'm getting plus 125 in the full game. First and foremost, yeah, I already knew I was going to be fading Baltimore against lefties, especially at home because the Beaver stat that he brought to us a couple weeks ago. I was already there. I was going to get DJ Hall, a guy that I think is actually a really, really good arm. There's a reason that they wanted him for Corbin Burns. I think that he's going to pitch really, really well, like Beaver said, against his old team. Dean Kramer is going to get cranked sooner or later. I don't know how he keeps on getting away with this, but sooner or later, this dude's going to get absolutely rocked. Last year, it happened in Milwaukee. He went into Milwaukee, went 5 innings, gave up 9 hits and 6 runs. 9 hits and 6 runs. It just doesn't make any sense to me. This line doesn't make any sense to me. Milwaukee's one of the hottest teams in Major League Baseball, and they haven't used one of their closer arms in a couple days, so their whole bullpen is fresh and good to go. A bullpen that I do think is better than Baltimore's. So I have a starting pitching advantage. I have a bullpen advantage. I have a lineup advantage. I'm playing first 5 and full game at plus money, and it's really simple for me.
And it seems like everyone's betting the Orioles. Someone said in the comments, the Orioles are the much better team. Keep it simple. Are we even sure the Orioles are a much better team? I mean, the Brewers are 9-3.
I love the Orioles, but their pitching staff is concerning. Period.
Yeah. And without Bautista, that bullpen isn't very reliable either. So yeah, let's go Brew Crew. I'm going to bet that one.
Yep.
I honestly don't think Cano likes closing games. There's a reason that they got Kimbrel, which is not a good situation, but whatever.
All right. Next up, Texas, Houston. All right, so Rangers team total flew over. We should have laddered that shit.
Dude, I was
Yeah,
telling
my
Beaver,
God,
I don't
bro.
know how we just I think we just overthought that. Maybe it was just me.
I mean,
but
we bet
would-
it. It's not like we passed on it. We bet it. We just
No,
didn't.
I know. I'm just saying, like, if I
I
should've
bet it,
been
and
my-
most of the day I was sitting there thinking, "Oh fuck, did I make a mistake?" Like,
I'm like a man.
All right, so everyone's big on this dude Blanco.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I mean,
You know me, I love Astros, but I'm like, whatever.
I would imagine. Wait a second. Actually, based on what we've seen from the Astros, maybe I would imagine just glancing at this matchup after what happened yesterday, I would imagine most people are coming in on Houston.
They
Dude, I do not like Andrew Heaney in the slightest, and I don't know it offhand, but I'm guessing he has terrible career numbers against Houston, right, Prop Beaver?
Horrendous.
No.
Horrendous.
So how do we not take the
hold
Stros here?
Toast. Lately, they're bad, dude.
Okay.
I'll
I
get
was
into
gonna
it,
say.
but lately they're bad.
How do you not take the Stros here? I might be down to lay the juice.
I'm just taking the first 5 over because I think both guys are going to get cranked. Blanco is if Blanco deals today, he will have all my respect in the world. I'll get a T-shirt that says Blanco's Papa. Like I don't care. The dude is not good. Blanco's Papa. The dude is not good. I don't understand how the hell he's managed to pitch this well.
Because
through
he
the
is
first
good.
2 starts of the season, he's not good. So
Because his second start was against Toronto, wasn't it?
no, the first start was against Toronto. The
first start
second
was-
start was, I would say, it was pretty good. He also got some help from the umps though, and I was like, dude,
I was
Jesus
gonna say,
Christ,
oh yeah,
some of
that's
these
right.
calls were
Texas,
egregious.
that's right. I switched him around. Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, first 5 over here. Saw plenty of fireworks in yesterday's game. Think we see him again here. 2 high-powered offenses in their better splits, facing off against pitchers they just saw. Ronel Blanco through 2 starts, 0 ERA, 0.47 WHIP. But the 4.62 xFIP calls bullshit, and so do I. Before the season, Blanco through 7 career starts had a 4.74 ERA, a 5.28 xFIP, allowed 2.6 home runs per 9, and had a walk rate north of 12%. I could be dead wrong, but I don't think he just became one of the best pitchers in baseball overnight. Shutting down the Rangers lineup versus righties is hard enough. To do it twice in a row would be flat out insane. It would have earned all the respect in the world for me going forward. This Rangers lineup against righties currently sits 3rd in WRC+, 3rd in OBP, and the last 6 righties to face them have combined for a 9.72 ERA and a 2.4 WHIP. The only righty amongst that group of 6 pitchers to not allow 3+ runs and 7+ base runners was Ronel Blanco. I think that the clock is about to strike 12 on Blanco's Cinderella story. That carriage is turning into a pumpkin. He's getting a shit rock tonight. It's happening tonight. On the other side, we got Andrew Heaney, who got annihilated by Houston in the first matchup. 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 earned runs. Didn't even make it 4 innings. In his last 4 starts against Houston, including the playoffs, Heaney now owns a 9.64 ERA, a 2 WHIP. Do you want to know what the combined first run totals in these 4 starts was? 16, 7, 10, and 15. Those were the combined first 5 total runs in the last 4 Heaney starts against Houston. So they've been a cash cow for the over. The current Astros lineup through 192 plate appearances, a massive sample size, 888 OPS, 287 average. Houston still this season ranks 3rd in WRC+, 7th in ISO, 5th in OPS against lefties. They've been a top 3 lineup against lefties for the past 3 years going now. I just think we're going to see runs here. This is a big fade of Ronel Blanco, and I'll just include Andrew Heaney because he's not that great either, and I can see Astros lighting him up.
I'm on Houston, Toast. Houston double result. Houston -1.5. Stros get their revenge here. Blanco's going to deal. Prop Beaver is going to have a shirt that says Blanco's my papa.
Wow. Yeah.
Don't be scared. Don't be bashful.
Oh, I'm definitely
he's
not on
betting
the
the
Astros.
Rangers.
Yeah, I'm definitely not on the Astros. I'm not even.
Whoa,
mad
whoa,
about
whoa.
that. It's just a matter of.
You're taking Andrew Heaney on the road in Houston.
Well,
I don't
Blanco's
know
getting
if I'm-
cranked, so
I was gonna say I don't know if I'm taking Andrew Heaney. I was looking at first 5 team total for the Rangers or something like that. But yeah, I'm just not there with the Astros. Look, I'm just not there with the. I think their bullpen situation's a little bit shaky at best. Presley and Hader both went yesterday. I know they had the previous 2 days off, but I don't know after the last week they use them back-to-back days. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe I'm overthinking that a little bit too much, but it's just not something. It'd be Texas or pass for me. I haven't bet this one, but yeah, it'd be Texas or pass for me.
You guys are not seeing this clearly.
Maybe not.
I'm on Houston. I'm trying to. I like Houston here. This is such a good spot for the Stros coming off what they've been coming off.
Honestly, dude, until I see something that was like, man, that was impressive at home, I just can't get there with this Houston team.
How many good spots can there be for Houston, by the way? I mean, they're
this
coming
is the
off
first
a loss
one
almost every day.
No.
Coming off a loss almost every day.
Stop it. Stop it. This is a really good spot. Yesterday, they had none of their bullpen arms. Now they get them. They had JP France on the mound. Now they have possible AL All-Star Blanco pitching.
I will say I can't read the lines in the props like Beaver can, but all the Texas numbers are super jacked. That's crazy.
They're jacked up.
Yeah. Like it's plus money to get your team total, but the Astros team total is more and it's more juice. Like, I don't know.
I'm on Houston.
Runs.
Heaney's about to get crushed.
I hope both of them do.
Nah, Blanco's can pitch well. You guys forget that we took the Rangers team total over, not because the bats have been hitting. We took them because of the weird Astros pitching situation.
No, I think we took them because of both. I mean,
no, the Rangers were getting blanked by
literally
Oakland.
Destroying righties right
They were
now.
getting blanked by Oakland.
Yeah, when they faced the two lefties, when they saw the one righty in that Oakland
couldn't get to
series,
Oakland's bullpen either.
They had 11 hits and 6 runs on the one righty they saw in the Oakland series.
Yeah, they couldn't get to Oakland's bullpen either. Also had a bunch of righties in it.
11 hits.
Sweet.
6 runs.
Sweet. Good luck.
11 hits.
Pirates plus 130. Phillies minus 155. Over 9. Under 9. All right. This series, man. First, I lost with the Pirates. Well, yesterday I didn't bet it, but my lean, whatever I gave out on the show, I can't even remember what it was, but it didn't hit either. This series, I don't know what to do. I certainly don't trust Marco Gonzalez to go on the road and pitch well, but I don't know. Can you even rely on I don't know. What do you think, bro?
Turngoat's been dealing.
I was gonna say he's been
called-
dealing.
yeah,
I mean,
called
you'd
him
have to make a
Turngoat.
case that when's he gonna pop is the question. But he's been dealing pretty well, and he has a really good history against this Pirates team. None of these players were on that team when he pitched them, but still, it is what it is.
He was a turn cow. He turned into a turn bull, and now he's a turn goat.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Turn cow. He turned into a turn bull, and now he's a turn goat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you just make
I
that
like
up
it.
on the spot?
I think he
Yeah.
did.
No, he probably wrote it
No,
down.
I made that up on the spot. Why do you guys think I
No,
rehearsed this?
you
thing?
probably came up with it
I
last
didn't
night.
say that.
You probably came up with it last
Commissioner
night.
accused me the other day. Thinks I can't think on the fly.
Well, will someone say a goddamn bet?
I got nothing.
Phillies
I got
money
nothing.
line. It'd be Phillies money line or pass for me. I can tell you why. I don't think I'm going to be there. It is at minus 148, so I can maybe see it. But I do think that they have the starting pitching advantage with Spencer Turnbull. I haven't bet this yet because I don't know if I trust this Phillies team yet. But regardless, they are better versus left-handed pitching. There's no question about that. Marco Gonzalez looked decent his first 2 starts. One on the road against Washington, one at home against Baltimore. But yeah, Baltimore against lefties just hasn't been that same thing. So again, it's still Marco Gonzalez. And then Spencer Turnbull, 6 innings against the Cardinals, no runs, 6 strikeouts. 5 innings against the Reds, 7 strikeouts, no walks, only 1 run. So he's been really, really good for them. Everybody in the Philadelphia bullpen is fresh and ready to go. And then as far as the Pittsburgh bullpen is concerned, Bendar, Chapman both went yesterday. Half their bullpen arms went yesterday. They're available, but again, so small leans to Philly across the board. So it's a lean to Philly.
Yeah, I mean, I want to take the Phillies also, but that's expensive, man.
Yeah, Jesus.
Minus
Jeez.
150 for. I mean, what do you
I'd be
guys
in the
think?
same position though.
What do you guys think? Is Turnbull going to be a good pitcher this year?
Well, the one thing we'll say about Turnbull is before he got hurt, that 1 year was excellent. I mean, he was looking like.
2021.
Yeah, like he was looking like he was going to be one of the better young, like rising pitchers in baseball. And then he got hurt. And last year was just a nightmare. He just never came back to what he was. But I mean, through 2 starts right now, he looks like that old guy. And I mean, the Pirates lineup against righties doesn't exactly impress me. They've looked a bit dead the last 2 days. I know that was against lefties, but that's supposed to be their better split. So like, I don't know. I would probably lean into a Philly money line, maybe like a double result, first 5 run line. Definitely not Pirates. Something along the Phillies lines here is what I would go with. But I'm not locking anything in for this game.
Yeah, it's such a weird price where it's like, Houston was only about 10 cents cheaper, but I like Houston more in this spot. And I think the Phillies win this game, but I don't really know how to bet it. Maybe after what was the final score yesterday?
11-3 or something.
11-3. So maybe what about a
5-2? Sorry, I was looking at the wrong different game. Sorry.
So 5-2. What about maybe a Phillies team total over? This total's 9 though, so that means Phillies team totals over is going to be heavily juiced 4.5 or a 5 even. Maybe I like the Phillies bats to get the Gonzalez.
It's not juiced. It's -110
for 4.5. How does that even make sense if the total's 9? Is this
matter
total?
of fact, DK you can get it at DK at -105.
That doesn't even make sense unless this total. Okay, the total dropped to 8.5. That's why. So probably, what about maybe a Phillies team total over? Because I think we all agree they get to Gonzalez, right?
Yeah, just like these Philly bats, they just like stink. So I don't really know if I want to back them. Even against lefties, they've been pretty underwhelming. I mean, what is the total? 4.5. They've gone over that just 1, 2, 3. Gone over that just like 3 times in their past 10 games.
What about against lefty starters?
I could do that real quick.
Okay, I can get behind that. I'm looking at Marco Gonzalez under the hood a little bit. I mean, he's got an expected ERA of 6 compared to 2.5 ERA.
What?
Yeah.
Let's say what?
Yeah.
Jesus, what?
No, I was talking about what he was saying. But I mean, Bailey Falter just allowed 1 run against them. The Phillies scored 2 runs in that game. Mackenzie Gore just allowed 2 runs to them. Phillies scored 2 runs in that game. They scored 4 off of Corbin, but they only finished with 4 runs in that game. They're actually under all 4 games they've seen a lefty thus far. Actually, all 5 games. They're under 4 or 5 games they've seen a lefty thus far.
All right.
4 straight.
I guess just Phillies are past then.
The team sucks, dude. Don't back this dog shit team. It's a waste of your money.
Phillies, screw that. Let's go to the next game. Our community likes the Phillies, by the way. 53%. Excuse me. 53% Phillies, 30% Pirates. Next game. Washington, Oakland. You guys liked the Nats yesterday.
Like I said, I guess I'll.
You were like, Nats are the lock of the month. That's what you said.
I liked them. I bet them. They screwed me. They screwed me good.
Blackburn's going to be one of those guys that has a crazy X-Fit by mid-July that we're fading the shit out of in the second half of the season.
Dude, I still can't believe. Yeah.
All right.
He actually pitched well. There was only 1 inning that he should have given up a run. Besides that, I'll give him. He did pitch well.
Okay, so I get it. I get fading Boyle and not trusting Boyle, but are we really in a place where we're going to lay -130 juice with Mackenzie Gore in a road start? That sounds nuts to me.
I'm not. I know Beaver has a play on this because I know how Boyle pitches, so I'll let him do his thing.
What's up?
Yeah. We're running that right back. We played it the last time it cashed against Detroit. We're taking Boyle over 2.5 walks. The man has no command. It's pretty simple. The man has 0 command. In AAA in 2023, he had a 6.1 BB per 9. That's horrendous. But in AA, a lower league, he had an 8.6 BB per 9. So the guy is just terrible in terms of walking people. He has an 11.9 BB percentage through 5 walks. His final 4 spring starts this year, he walked 15 guys in 13 innings of work. And what really stands out is that it's been lefties who are giving him these massive issues. Against righties, he's only got a 4% walk rate. Against lefties, 21%. That's unholy. The Nats will likely going to be starting 6 lefties today. Based on their current numbers, we would just need to see 15 left-handed batters to cash this. So just 2.5 times through the order. Should be able to get through that. Nats have done surprisingly well at drawing walks thus far, too. They're setting 9th in BB percentage against righties. Through the first 5 innings, they're 4th best in BB percentage against righties. Just one of the last 6 righties to face the Nats have allowed less than 2 walks. 2 of those guys, Hunter Green and Nola, hit 4+ walks. Our friends at ballparkpal.com are projecting Boyle for 2.6 today. If you're going to keep giving me these plus prices with this guy who's got the most erratic control against these teams who are starting a bunch of lefties, I'm going to keep playing it. It's like Jung-Hoo Lee under strikeouts. So this is my Jung-Hoo Lee. Mr. Boyle over walks.
So you Boyle over 2.5 walks. That's your bet.
The guy can't pitch in the zone.
So then if that's the case, Toast, how are we not taking Washington first 5?
Yeah, it's just so expensive. That's just my only issue.
Cool.
I mean, you're -140. But yeah, it's Washington first 5 or pass for me. The Washington bullpen, it's got to be. I know that they used 4 or 5 guys yesterday, so None of them have worked back-to-back days, but also the Oakland bullpen is kind of taxed themselves. I know Mason Miller had the day off yesterday, but their top 2 arms both worked yesterday. One of them worked 24 pitches. The other one, McCarrick or whatever, went 2 of the last 3 days.
I might be down to take the Nats as I'm looking at the Oakland bullpen.
That's exactly. I was just going to say, I think that the Nats are safer today than they were yesterday, especially with the pitching advantage. But yeah, it's kind of expensive. I haven't got there yet, but I do think that Mackenzie Gore should pitch well on the road. If you take a look, like going back to last year, his last 3 starts, went on the road, got lit up at Philadelphia, and then went on next 2 starts on the road. 4 innings at Yankee Stadium, only gives up 2 runs, and then on the road at Toronto, get 5 innings, 1 run. So yeah, I don't know. It's Nats or pass. I'll probably end up playing that first 5-run line, to be honest with you.
Someone said, since when is minus 40 expensive? You guys are greedy. It's not that minus 140 is expensive, just the number. It's the implied probability. If you're betting something at minus 140, that means you think it's going to hit it well over 60%, because you need to hit around 61% just to break even at that price. Oh, 62%, I believe, is minus 140. So it's not that it's expensive, like, oh, I'm scared of the big number. It's just if you're taking something at that price, the implied probability is over 60%. So you need to hit at an extremely high rate just to turn a profit.
One thing that helps your Washington bet, sorry to interrupt, Toast. Brent Rooker is still out for the Athletics. He was their best hitter against lefties last season, so he's not in this bowl game.
Yeah, if you take him out, they have one person over that WRC plus of over 100. Everything else is really, really bad. Really bad.
Like that lineup is supposed to suck against lefties. So, I may actually look at some Gore Ks or something. Or the Washington money line. I may take a deeper look at this game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Nats. I just say the Nats. I think I'm going to bet the Nats minus 130.
I already have a bet in it though, so I may not double up on this dog shit game, but I would definitely lean Nats.
Yeah, I'm playing Nats literally right now minus 135 on Caesar's sauce. I'd bet that as soon as you can. It's probably going to go up.
All right, I'll take it now. Judging by what happened yesterday in the NBA show,
shouldn't.
No, I'm saying when I read off some first half line money lines I like, and they all moved like dramatically.
Oh yeah,
dude, you're like a big sharp these days.
I guess.
No, but it's really not like crazy to think that like if the show's growing and the sports business get flooded with a whole bunch of bets,
right?
Yeah. Well, it's probably Kyle calling his syndicate, Lucky Pete and the boys.
Dude, you know Lucky Pete doesn't like his name repeated on the air?
Yeah, but Ronnie Tommel does.
All right, I bet the Nats. All right, so community like.
You know what's funny though is that like somebody like my uncle, if I said his name on this, he'd be legitimately pissed off.
Lucky Pete. All right, let's move on to the next game. Angels, Bo Sox. Toast, this was such a good call yesterday.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good call, man. Dude, Devers, that kid's a stud.
Yeah, Toast had Angels first 5 yesterday. They were up like 7-0. It was like a no-doubter. So we don't even know who's pitching for Boston, do we?
I think it's Cooper Criswell.
Cooper Criswell.
Oh, I remember him from
last year.
Is that
an opener situation or is that a starter situation?
To be dead honest with you, I don't know.
Wouldn't that be the first start of his career?
The problem
I was going to say they don't do this usually, so it's a weird situation.
The problem is because that makes you like, okay, let's just take the Angels at minus 120, but Griffin Canning can't be trusted, man. He needs to show me something first.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, he's looked bad his first 2 starts, but the issue is that he just saw Boston. That's what's bothering me. Like I can get over getting rocked on the road at Baltimore. Like okay, that's fine. And you didn't pitch well against Boston. Okay, that's cool. But like now that they've seen him back to back, that's what bothers me. Because if you look at it, last year, Griffin Canning had 2 starts against Boston. They were both at home, but one of them he got rocked. The other one he went 7 innings, didn't give up a run. So it's there. I just don't know if we can get there with them. But there's just no way that I can play Boston in this situation. This team defensively, as much as Rafael in center field has helped them defensively, it's really, really bad. I watched the highlights of that Baltimore series with my buddy, and the defensive mistakes with that team is absolutely crazy. I didn't know this, but Boston leads Major League Baseball over the last 2 years in defensively, like being like bad. They're like 21's worse, whatever. They're like -54. The next closest team is -34. I say all that. There's no way in hell I can bet Boston here. This is LA Angels or pass for me.
Why is the total 10.5? There's no Devers in the lineup for Boston.
Because both of these, I would assume that both of these teams just saw each other, or these pitchers, one of these pitchers just saw each other, or whatever.
10.5 from Boston's lineup with no Devers, though?
I'm going to check ballpark and see if there's any weather correlation. No?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I woke up a little bit late. I'm betting the Angels right now. This is Duran, Abreu, Yoshida, Casas, Dahlbach, Valdez, Rafael, McGuire, Hamilton. That's like the fucking AAA team for Boston. Yeah, I'll take
that.
My
is
chance.
a pretty brutal lineup. Dahlbach against a righty is batting fifth.
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
What are we doing?
I might have to bet that too. That is egregious.
Like,
Dahlbach.
So hold on. So what are you guys saying right now? Boston's resting a lot of guys?
Yeah, and the lineup looks pitiful.
Yeah, they're. I mean. They're your top 3 bats in Boston lineup: Jarren Duran, Wilyer Abreu, and Masataka Yoshida, who hasn't been. I mean, yeah, that's just really.
There's no Devers or O'Neill is the big thing.
Right.
O'Neill's the hottest batter in baseball. There's no O'Neill.
There's no Devers and no O'Neill.
As soon as there's no O'Neill, I'm good off that. I mean, this lineup sucks.
So what you saying? We should bet the Angels?
I'm saying Angels are pass. I don't know if I'm gonna go lock it in, but definitely Angels are pass. I mean.
I don't get it. If I see, hold on, but this is what I'm missing. You guys seem so
why is the line
strong.
Like that?
Well, you guys seem so strong on this. There's no Devers, there's no O'Neill. This lineup sucks. We don't even know who's pitching. It's a guy named Criswell. Then okay, how is it Angels are past then? By what you're saying, Angels -115 sounds like a layup. So what am I missing?
What I'm missing is the price, because the price doesn't make sense. That's a weird price. That's why I'm not going to actually lock it in. It's fucking weird. Makes no sense to me.
I was on Angels or pass because I already knew that I wasn't going to be on Boston because I don't like how they're playing, especially defensively. And then you said there was no Devers, so I refreshed my lineup card and to see that there was no O'Neill either, which locked it in, and for me to make a bet on the Angels, especially when I go back and look and I see that the Angels haven't used their top level arms in a couple days, so I have a full rested bullpen behind me.
So maybe something about the that could explain the line. Maybe the fact that Boston just hit up Griffin Canning, and a lot of the market doesn't realize that their top 2 bats are out for this one.
I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long that lineup's been out, but yeah, I mean, it's not like the Angels are like some great team. I mean, either. So it's not. I'm sure there's not a whole bunch of people.
So what about? How about
window.
this? How about this? I have a solution.
I can also see people saying, "Oh, Boston's got to come back today after getting beat." I mean,
what about a Red Sox team total under? You probably get it at 5. Boston team total under. How is it 4? Oh, under 4.5 at plus money though.
Dude, I'm not taking that. This game stinks. That stinks. Why is it at 4.5, dude?
And the Angels is at 5.5
because they just rocked Griffin Canning. Griffin Canning looks like shit. That's why.
Yeah, but I don't.
You can't put a team total at 3.5 against a pitcher with an ERA over 8, dude.
Well, 4.5.
You don't have to put it juice to the over.
It's juiced to the over at 4.5. At 3.5,
yeah, as a book, you don't have to do that. I would not. I don't know. We've talked way too long about this game.
Yeah,
I'm putting Angels on.
I'm betting the Angels.
I don't really get you guys, bro.
Thank you.
I don't really get you.
You're like, Boston's lineup's trash. They're missing their only 2 good bats. We don't know who's pitching. I guess Angels are pass. I'm not sure.
I didn't say pass. I said I'm betting the Angels.
No, I'm talking to prop beavers.
Yeah, I'm saying they're pass because this seems so simple, and betting is not that simple. That's why I'm not betting. I agree with that.
I'm going. I wrote Angels down on my possible list. I'm probably.
I hope you lose. I hope Toast wins. I hope somehow your thing
We're
is
betting
is
the
tracked
same
as
thing,
a loss.
jackass.
Go fuck yourself. I hope your thing is tracked as a loss.
Next,
glitch in the matrix.
Braves Marlins.
Yeah.
Over 8.5, under 8.5. All right,
Braves fans, what's up, man? We're together. Yo,
My Braves team total hit also. That was a blowout. You had Braves minus 1.5 too. That's right. Prop Beaver. Yeah, I think you had Braves minus 1.5 also, right?
No, I didn't, but now I wish I did. That was a great call.
Oh, you
by
passed.
Toast.
You passed on. How is there
Yeah.
a great call by him, but not by me? I had Braves team total over.
Great call, Toast. Great call.
All right, so Chris Sale's on the mound. This kid Meyer off to a decent start numbers wise.
Yeah.
You guys trust him or no?
I don't know if I trust him against the Angels, against the Braves lineup. But I do think that he's pitched really, really well to start the year. Angels and St. Louis, both those teams pretty decent. So, I think this is a different situation. So I'll be on the Braves minus 1.5 again, personally. But yeah, I just think that this Braves team is way too good. And I'm going to be fading this Miami team at every possible chance I can get. So, yeah, it's Braves are minus 1.5 for me. They didn't even use their best bullpen arms yesterday either. So,
yeah, it's kind of hard to disagree with that. Yeah, Braves minus 1.5 for me. I don't really understand how it's only minus 205 with Sale on the mound. Shouldn't it be like minus 270? Probably. What do you think?
No, I think in Sale's current state, what we've seen the past 3 years, that's an appropriate price on the road. It would be Braves minus 1.5 for pass. I think Max Meyer is pretty good. But before he came up and he got hurt, there were some really, really high hopes for Max Meyer. I watched the first start against the Phillies because I bet that game. And there were like a few things that didn't really go his way, but he looked solid. Next start, he got injured, came back this year. The first 2 starts have been really, really promising. So this is not a guy I want to fade often. But with that being said, he faced the Cardinals and Angels, who on paper are decent lineups, but in reality are not very good against righties thus far. And now he has to face the Braves. And even if he does well, when it gets to late innings, they could just go ham. So it's Braves minus 1.5 for pass.
And the Braves saw 4 or 5 of their arms yesterday from that Miami bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just as good as the kid Max is. I mean, the Marlins literally cannot touch a lefty right now. I'm waiting for some Chris Sale lines to drop across all books. They were only on FanDuel when I was checking, and it was only a K prop. If I could get like an earned run line at like 1.5 plus 140 or something, I might take the under just because of how ass Miami is right now.
TWD in the comments said, I will literally bet the Marlins every day. Do you not see on the graphic it says minus 68.3% ROI? It's the worst in the league. Nobody has lost more money than Marlins bettors.
And another reason that I just wanted to throw this out there because I wrote this down in my notes. If you remember at the end of last year, Miami absolutely throttled Atlanta in Miami. And I think that Atlanta kind of wants a little payback for that. Because if you remember, Miami scored 16. They won 16-2, 11-5, and 9-6 at the end of the year last year. So I think Atlanta has a little bit more to play for than we think too, just in this series. I just wanted to throw that out there. He
said, see, the Braves should be minus 2.5 here. That's not how baseball works. They don't move the line. You bet minus 2.5, minus 1.5 for the money. It's not like basketball and football where the line moves. So those lines are always available Never mind. So 72%, 9% on the Braves. Everyone betting the Braves as expected. I think I might be down to actually do the minus 1.5 here. I'm writing it down on my list. I have 5 possibles down here. We'll see. I took the Mets Royals off. I had that possible over, and I took the White Sox off too. Next game, Giants Rays.
Oh my God. Oh, I can't.
The Giants are dead.
I don't even want to talk.
This
is how bad the fucking Giants are. Logan Webb is on the mound. I understand he's not at home, and they're minus 110. And there's not even a lick of me that wants to
Pepe
even touch this game.
Pepe Le Pew.
No way. No.
Yeah.
Beaver, you're a big Pepe guy.
I actually do like Pepe. I make fun of Pepe because he sucked the first start and I faded him. But
first 500.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat as Toast. I actually, you know what? I did this one. My friend Kamish would be proud. It's my first 3 under bet of all time. It is a first 3 under 2.5 at minus 120. I love both of these arms, and I don't think highly of the Rays nor the Giants offense against righties. Pepe Le Pew is able to shake off the rough 2024 debut against the Rangers. He just went into Coors, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 11 Ks. He's heading into this one with a ton of momentum, and now he's going to face a Giants lineup that really showed me just how bad they are yesterday. Versus righties, the Giants hit 27th in WRC+, 30th in ISO, and 27th in OPS. The last 6 righties to face the Giants have now combined for a 1.15 ERA and a 1.05 WHIP. 4 of those guys are Matthew Waldron, Trevor Williams, Jonah Don, and Jacob Wagsback. That is piss. That is utter rock bottom, being held to 1 or less runs by all those guys. And through Pepe Le Pew's career, he's been at his best the first time through the order and has gotten worse each time through. His first time through the order, 2.36 ERA, 2.59 WOBA, 1.01 WHIP. Once you get to the second time, most of those numbers seem to double. I think that he could blank them through 3, and that would mean that Webb just has to lock in and do what he does best, deal. The Rays lineup has never seen Webb. That's going to work into his favor, and they're also not nearly as potent versus righties as they were last year. This year, through the first 5, they're just 17th in WRC+, 20th in ISO, 21st in OBP. The last 7 starting righties to face the Rays have combined for a 3.26 ERA, and that was despite 2 of those games being at Coors with the winds blowing out hard, and another one of those games being against a guy making his first MLB start who struggles greatly against righties. Speaking of righties, Rays are starting 8. Webb has performed better against righties both this season and over his last 3 seasons. I know that Webb's a bit more vulnerable on the road, but it's a day start. Those tend to lean more pitcher-friendly. It's also pitcher-friendly Park 2 in the Trop. I'm going to play an under here, hoping both guys deal against flat offenses. If Pepe Le Pew gets hit up today, I'm going to lose my mind.
I mean, it's kind of hard to argue that, especially based on the game we saw between these two yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine everyone's going to be betting these first 5 unders. This is probably a big nerfy game.
I wonder what the nerfy is. It's probably juiced to all hell.
What do you think, Toast?
I would say first 5 under or pass. I cannot explain to you guys how bad that Giants lineup looks right now.
But are they still better than the Padres?
Oh, maybe you didn't see what the Padres did last night, son. Maybe you missed it when you were sleeping.
I'm on the Padres side. Prop Beaver's the one that said the Giants are a better team than the Padres. I was on the Padres side of that.
162 games in a season.
I would agree. I would agree with the Giants thing like a week ago. And now they just have really, really changed my mind. Yeah, it's like I said, I just can't get there. It's first 5 under or pass for me. Yeah, what I saw from the Giants yesterday as far as trying to get runners in scoring position, everything, it was really, really bad. So not to mention the fact that Tampa Bay's never seen Logan Webb as a starter. So that's like another huge thing for me. So yeah, it's first 5 under or pass.
I'm thinking because based on what all you guys are saying and everyone in the comments, and they're all taking the Rays, everyone's on the Giants sucks train, that we're missing the obvious that's right in front of us. We're getting the Giants at a pick 'em with Logan Webb on the mound. And I think that's the move.
I respect it. I
think the current attitude and opinion of the Giants is giving us a great price. We got Logan Webb against Pepe Le Pew, and the Giants bullpen fully rested. What am I missing here?
Well, why don't you go look at the Rays bullpen? I missed something. Really,
we're getting this at a pick 'em. Like,
just wait.
What am I missing?
You get there. Just wait.
Yeah, the Rays have nobody in their bullpen. We're getting Logan Webb at a pick 'em.
I didn't see
one
that.
run from the Giants might win this game.
Yeah, that's
a lot.
I'm betting this.
Okay,
that's a lot from them.
I changed my mind. I think I'm going to bet the Giants now. Like I said, it was a little early this morning. I'm not going to lie. I didn't see the bullpen for the Rays. Okay, Fairbanks, Adam, Pache, Maton, they're all done. They're 3 of the last 4 days.
You know what? I want to pull it up so everyone can see it.
I screwed up. I didn't do my job. I didn't check the bullpens.
If the Giants don't win today, they're banned. And I don't even ban teams. There's only 30 of them, but they're banned if they do this today.
Just to give an idea of what we're talking about.
I can't believe I missed that. I cannot believe I missed that.
Here's the Rays bullpen. So there's no Fairbanks. There's no Adam. There's probably no Pachi. There's no Maton. Maton only threw 3 and 11, but I thought he's going to pitch 4 games out of.
That's my point. It's 4 days in a row.
No Clevenger. There's nobody. So Pepe Le Pew better throw 8.
Here's the thing, though. Are those guys righties? The ones that are available?
Yes.
And do they have a pulse? Okay, then they should
Stop.
probably pitch well against the Giants.
Nah, Giants isn't. We have Logan Webb on the mound with the full Giants bullpen active.
There's no denying you have the better value here. I'm just saying, after what I saw, after what I've been seeing with this Giants team lately, I wish you the best of luck.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the opinion of the Giants has now given us such a good price because everyone's like, the Giants are so bad.
They're going to start having Nick Ahmed bat leadoff. That's the direction this team's going.
I swear to God.
You said they were a top 5 team in the NL, probably.
Yeah, and then the incident happened.
All right, I'm posting this right in the Discord now.
I'm not gonna lie. I was in that boat too. I got really, really high on San Francisco Giants baseball for like a week. I was really
coming back, Toast. They're coming back, Toast. There's a
I'm
lot
not
of
dead yet.
season
I'm not
left.
there
We're
yet.
2 weeks into the season.
All right, I'm in on the Giants.
Yesterday. That was bad. We shouldn't have lost that.
Yeah, that was piss.
All right, let me get.
I'm pretty sure Lee's strikeouts are plus money again today.
The poll is leaning Rays with Pepe Le Pew on the mound and no bullpen. All right, next game. Cardinals D-backs. Man, Snake screwed me last night.
Dude, Brandon Pfaadt sucked last night. Oh my lord.
Yeah,
I just think that was a weird game. Like, I don't think anybody thought capping that game, at least me, that it was going to be 9-6.
I certainly didn't. I had the under.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's just a crazy game.
All right, so it's Ryan Nelson at home. What's the system again, Prop Beaver?
I was gonna say
It's take the opposing team's team total over. Give me the St. Louis Cardinals first 5 team total over 2.5 plus 100 on points bet. I've been wanting to back this Cardinals lineup, which I feel has underperformed drastically in 2022, but they've been off to a similarly rough start in 2023. Just 22nd in WRC plus, 16th in ISO, and 23rd in OBP against righties. But I feel like we're starting to see them turn things around a little bit. The first 9 righties they faced this season clamped them. 2.29 ERA, 0.7 home runs per 9, 0.88 WHIP, 1.4 BB per 9. Everything was going wrong for them. But if you look at their last 3 games, the ERA has doubled, the home runs per 9 have tripled, the walks per 9 have doubled, and the Ks per 9 have nearly been cut in half. So the play approach is just simply so much better. And it's not like those were exactly against scrubs. I mean, I respect Brandon Pfaadt. I think he's going to be a good pitcher in this league. They faced Nola during this span. They also faced Wheeler during that span. So we're starting to see a better approach from them. They're hitting the ball hard. And now they're facing Ryan Nelson at home, who's been a very profitable fade at home in his career. On the road, Ryan Nelson's great. 3.48 ERA, 3.01 WOBA, 1.09 WHIP, 4.5 xFIP. Those are some solid numbers. But at home, 7.6 ERA, 4.16 WOBA, 1.85 WHIP, 6.24 xFIP. The xFIP even suggests that he's not even getting unlucky here. He just simply stinks at home. In Nelson's last 14 home starts, he has allowed his opponent over 2.5 runs through the first 5 in 13 of them, averaging 4.4 runs per game. These Cardinal bats were able to head into Arizona last year against Nelson, put up 11 base runners, 2 home runs, and 5 runs on him through 5 innings. All 5 runs came through the first 5 in typical Nelson fashion. So that's a plus price. I'm back in the system that continues to pay me. You fade Nelson at home, you back him on the road.
The thing is, I kind of like the Diamondbacks in a bounce back spot, but they screwed me last night. And this stupid system Prop Beaver talks about, it keeps cashing. So why not
take the over then if you like both?
A 10 after a high-scoring game last night?
I know it sounds crazy, but like if the Cardinals bats are about to heat up, like I was just alluding to, like the D-backs bats have been solid against righties. Kyle Gibson does suck, or he is at least mediocre.
I'll put D-backs money line up on the thing for me, but I can tell you 99% certainty I'm not betting this game. I really liked Arizona yesterday. Even after that sinker bullshit, I still liked it. They got rocked, man. So
they still hit Matt's sinker.
They did get to Matt's, but
they came back. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm playing the same thing as Beaver, just for the record, everybody. I follow the system. I don't ask questions. When it has a hit rate.
By the way, hold on. Prop Beaver, someone said none of their books have the first 5 team total over. I'm pretty sure every single one has that.
I literally just looked.
So it's DraftKings, PointsBet, and ESPN. That's the holy trinity of books that allow us to bet the greatest market in the world. The other books are assholes. They don't want us to capitalize on that.
the greatest market in the world is first five team total.
I love this market. It's the best market in the world, in my opinion, because
First
it's
five
like
team totals, yeah.
because what they do is they'll give you the earned runs line, but not only do those runs have to be earned, but like then it would be I guess a bigger span of time. But the problem is they usually juice it more. We get a discount by just isolating it to the first five, and they don't have to be earned. And half the guys when I'm fading them are scrubs, so they're not even making it 6 innings anyways. So it's a great market. If you don't have multiple sports books, especially in baseball, I would highly recommend getting multiple sports books.
Not everyone has that
plan on
option.
betting this, I guess, but I mean, if you plan on betting this market, you have to have at least one of those.
I mean,
sports books.
I agree with you, but not depending on what state they live in. Not everyone is.
Yeah.
Not everyone's in New Jersey where you can have 16 sports books on your phone.
I get what you're saying.
It's expanding. It's getting better, but not. We grew up in New Jersey, and things are just a little different here. This is like the sports betting capital.
Like, I'm lucky to have my uncle that I can just be like, okay, here's this, place it now. I can just set it in my thing, and then
Padres plus 160, Dodgers minus 195, over 9, under 9. All right, Gavin Stone.
Stone man.
Toast, what are your thoughts here?
Stoner.
My thoughts, it's somehow play the Padres bats. Haven't figured out exactly how to do it yet. I'm a little bit behind today, but trying to figure out Padres bats. You can put up Padres first five money line at plus 152 for me. Probably that's where I'm going to go with. Might go with the Padres team total. But either way, I'm going to try to get on the Padres here. A little bit of a homer bet, but their last last 4 games, started to hit the ball well. 9 runs, then they had that stinker on Tuesday, and then 10 and 18. So really, really hitting the ball well right now. Gavin Stone's not a guy that I trust in any way, shape, or form. The Padres lit his ass up last year for 7 runs in 5 1/3 innings on 9 hits. His 2 starts this year so far, 8 innings total, 13 hits, 8 runs against the Cubs and the Cardinals. Nothing crazy for Matt Waldron, though. He pitched really well against the Giants. Got lit up by the Cardinals. Again, not too much stuck into Waldron, but I do think that he can be a little bit more difficult to hit sometimes with his knuckleball and stuff. Maybe that gives the Dodgers some problems, but the price is just absolutely ridiculous. I would say the starting pitching is a wash, and I think that the Padres bats are just as potent as the Dodgers are right now. I'll take my chances with the Padres.
I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with at least taking a shot on the Padres plus 160 to fade Gavin Stone, but at the same time,
stinks.
I mean, maybe
I wouldn't play full game though, just for the record.
Maybe like, what about just an over?
I can see an over
too.
Padres bullpen, you cannot. I would. Yeah, that's why I'm playing first five, because everybody went yesterday, and so now we're at a point where like I don't know what he's going to do. Like Suarez went 15 pitches, Peralta went 19, Matsui went 15. So that's your top 3 arms. Dodgers, everybody went for them as well. But like I've been telling you guys the last couple weeks, like the Padres bullpen is good, but I don't know if Schultz has figured out his exact formula yet. So I would stick to the first 5 if I'm betting the Padres.
It'll be over a pass for me. I don't really have anything to say.
Yeah, I don't really know how to cap this dude, Matt Waldron. You can't really go and put into Baseball Savant results against knuckleballs because nobody throws a knuckleball. So it's like, I don't really know how the Dodgers would hit this dude. I guess well. I mean, they hit most people well. So I would probably be on the same side as Toast. I think Gavin Stone sucks. So pretty much, if I could fade him at plus money, that sounds cool to me. But also fading the Dodgers against the righties, pretty much sacrilegious. So I don't know. Probably the Padres first 5 or pass, but nothing affirmative here. May look at an over, may look at like a Padres hitter prop. But that was at the back end of my research, and I was doing graphics today, so I didn't get to look at this game to my full potential.
What if I told you that you guys could get the Padres team total over 3.5?
Against that stinky ass bullpen.
To be honest, I just don't like anything about this game. I just want to go to the next one. I don't even.
Okay, let's do that.
That's fine.
Yep. So our poll is leaning towards 50% Dodgers, 25%.
3.5.
50% Dodgers, 25% Padres. So community's leaning towards Dodgers.
Total of 9?
Oh, did I tell you guys? So on yesterday's live stream, this is if you guys want to know what it's like trying to put out content on the same video yesterday. It was the video we did yesterday. The two comments on the same video. Someone says, "You guys suck. You pass too much." Then someone else said, "You guys pick too many games." In the same video.
Can't please everybody.
This gives you an idea of people are going to complain no matter what you do. It's insane.
Yeah.
In the same video, we got criticized for passing on games and for picking too many games on the same video. Oh, my
Awesome.
God. Someone said something in the comments that reminded me of that. All right, so Cubs Mariners final game of the day. Hancock.
The Toast and Beaver collab, free money last night.
That was sick.
Yeah, good.
That was
good call.
dope.
I'm pissed I
That
didn't.
was like the Wonder Twins colliding.
I'm pissed I didn't put it on my ticket. But at the same time, the two I liked from you guys were Mariners and Giants. So if I tailed both, I would have broke even anyway. But I didn't put either on my ticket, the Mariners or the Giants. That being said, just glancing at this game, how do you not take the Mariners at plus money at home with Hancock, who's due for a good start?
Because Show is really good.
Show's nasty, dude.
And I don't know if they're going to hit him. That's my issue.
It is the Mariners against the lefty at night, which is the spot I would want to back them. But, dude, Show's a nasty man.
This is a different lefty. Also, Mariners don't have Munez or Stanek, most likely. They both have gone 2 of the last 3 days. Stanek has went 3 of the last 4 days, so he's probably really not available. So, yeah, it's just it's kind of hard, but I can't. Are those pie charts blurry? Is money coming in on Seattle or
It looks like pros versus public. Public on the Cubs, sharps on the Mariners.
I was considering Imanaga K over, honestly, just with the way that the Mariners whiff away at pitches. You're getting it at plus money. We're kind of getting a bit of a buy low because he only had 3 his last time out due to the rain delay and facing a tough Dodgers lineup. I mean, I don't know. That might be my move.
Cubs have everybody in their bullpen rested, ready to go. Yeah,
It's just insane. Cubs are minus 140 favorites on the road. I know Seattle's off to a little bit of a rough start this year, but we think the Cubs are that much better than the Mariners.
I'm not a Hancock guy, so.
Toast likes Hancock.
I do, but he also just got absolutely rocked, and this Seattle staff is making me look like an idiot. So I'm not going to sit up here.
You don't need the Seattle staff for that to happen.
I'm just saying, like every time I think this Seattle staff is going to pitch well, they end up not pitching well. So and honestly, what the first 2 starts from Hancock haven't been overly impressive. So again, it's
what are you guys doing then? What do you guys want me to put up?
Cubs are passing.
Naga over K's or pass.
I think I'm betting Seattle here. Maybe Seattle first 5.
I will say that I feel like the Cubs bats aren't what they have shown as far as people. I think that the people think that they're a lot better than they are. Like I said yesterday, I think some of the runs in the Cubs series were kind of gifted and lucky home run balls that scored another 2 runs last night. I don't hate it, Kyle. I don't hate it.
I'm putting up Seattle, but I have some bets I like on the list where I don't think I need to put Seattle on.
If Seattle had all their bullpen, I'd be down.
This price seems crazy to me, and everyone's
everyone's
jumping on. Like Cubs minus 140 on the road, yeah, sure, no problem. Like what?
No, I get that. That makes sense. I get that.
Especially at night, baby. That's when the Mariners come out to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Seattle here. You know what? I'm adding Seattle to my possibles list. All right, cool. And poll, everyone's betting the Cubs. All right, shall we do a community parlay?
Yes, sir.
Someone was asking about the USC FC tonight. I guess there's a big pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's UFC 300.
The UFC guy, I'm sure, posted stuff on the website for it. So
I believe he did.
Yeah, KyleKirms.com. It doesn't come from any of us, though. We have a UFC guy that does it. So I have no idea what he picked. I haven't looked at it yet. But I'm sure he posted. He usually does it before the pay-per-views. He usually posts it the night before. So I'm sure it's up there.
Dude, I was so close to hitting the underdog yesterday, and you want to know what missed? Christopher Sanchez under outs. Guy had like 3 walks, 85 hits allowed, somehow managed to go 6 innings. It's annoying. It's annoying.
If you knew seam, you would have adjusted it accordingly.
Well, underdog should start putting the Rockies money line on as an option.
What's up, Jess? Jess is in the comments.
Jess,
Everybody that's DMing me, I'm typing out my picks right now. I'm gonna send them. I'm just gonna have no write-ups, so everybody has them.
What ruined the community parlay? Oh yeah, they put the Royals in.
Fuck you.
I told you. Did I not say the Royals are going to ruin the community parlay yesterday?
You did. You also scoffed at the idea of the Rockies winning the bowl game.
I don't remember that. I remember saying the Royals.
I remember it. I remember it vividly. Like it was yesterday. Like it was the first time I got to the center of a Tootsie
Now
Pop.
the Mets overwhelmingly are the first leg. So you guys went from all hating the Mets to all loving the Mets in one day. You're crazy.
Yeah,
This community is crazy.
Yeah, it's all spots. The Royals were the hottest team in baseball.
Something
They
tell
lost.
me-
Now the
tell-
Mets were the hottest team in baseball.
Something tells me they picked the wrong spot in both of those. All right.
I did.
Yeah, I think the Royals might win that now. All right, so Rangers money line. Phillies money line. Nationals money line. Damn, Nationals up to minus 145 now. Maybe this show is moving lines. I don't.
Dude, we are.
I bet it at minus 130. What was that? 30 minutes ago on the show? Did they pick the Red Sox? They did because we were talking. How is it not the Angels? I'm pretty sure they picked Boston. I very seriously doubt I'm going to have time to do a NASCAR video. There's 15 NBA games on tomorrow. There's no way. The NASCAR video was cool. But like the reason I was able to do that a couple times was the NBA All-Star break. Then baseball hadn't started yet. So I had a lot more free time than I normally do. There's just no way.
Yeah, and didn't you get like max level prestige on RuneScape, so you finally were able to do other stuff?
I don't know what it is you just said. I'm assuming there was some kind of joke, but I missed it.
Yeah.
Copy.
Phillies money line is the second leg. We're going for an all NL East community parlay. Watch the Braves will win the next one. Yep, and the Braves are in this poll. Can't remember if they voted for Cardinals or D-backs here. I think Diamondbacks.
Wow, they're back in Nelson at home.
All right. Cast your votes. Cast your votes. Braves money line in a blowaway poll there.
A blow away?
I feel like that's an expression.
Dude, it's not. It's a blowout.
No,
Never
but I
heard
think
of a blow away.
There's blow out, blow away, run away. You just don't.
Yeah, two of those were correct.
So we got Phillies money line. So the second place were Cubs money line, Phillies money line, Rangers money line. All right, so what is the last leg of the community parlay? If they vote Phillies money line here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Phillies money line's already in it. My bad. It's Rangers money line.
What were you going to say?
No, I'm trying to figure out what the... So Ignore that last poll. Dodgers money line got second place. I got to figure out what got second place in these polls. Reds money line is the other one. Okay. Here we go. So this one is the last leg of the community parlay.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
That was Angel Hernandez's strike zone last night.
The Reds are strike calls?
Yes. So France and Dunning were getting some of the most pitcher-friendly calls I've ever seen, and both still managed to get absolutely shelled.
So 5 for it's the Cubs, by the way. Cubs is the last leg. Odds, please.
1 second, sir. Cubs is the last leg. Okay, that is coming in at plus 589.
Plus 590, 589. Someone said 590 in the comments. Mets money line, Phillies money line, Braves money line, Cubs money line plus 590. Do you want to? Do you have an underdog to share?
Yep, I sent it to you.
All right, let's get Prop Beaver's underdog on the screen, and then let's all go enjoy our. Well, actually, I have to work, but. All right, underdog. I have to switch the game up.
What do you want to set your name?
Where the heck's the? There we go. All right. That's not it. It's this one here. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so we got Alec Martian there, expecting a full-on shell job here, so we took his over higher than 2.5 earned runs. I took DL Halls lower than 2.5 earned runs because the Orioles don't know how to hit a lefty right now. And then I took Ronel Blanco lower than 27.5 fantasy points because there's an incoming shell job.
That's a L. Blanco's about to throw a gem. If you don't have an Underdog fantasy account, it's available in any state highlighted in this map. So if you're in one of the states highlighted in yellow, head over to Underdog Fantasy, the website, or download the app. When you make your account, make sure you use the promo code BET, B-E-T. That'll get you a $100 deposit bonus match. So if you deposit $100, they will give you a free $100 to play with. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'm down to go live tomorrow as well, but I know it's Sunday. You guys want to let me know if you want to come on?
Yeah, I mean, I should be able to come on. I don't know. I mean, I am going to be watching the UFC tonight with some friends, so...
right, and consuming a lot of narcotics?
Not necessarily narcotics, but maybe a few beverages of sorts.
All right, so yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow. There's also a bunch of NBA games on, so maybe I'll come on at like 10:30 a.m. and I'll try to find some NBA guests, and then these guys can come on after. So something along those lines. But actually, the MLB games are on at 1. We'll figure it out. How about this? We're going to go live tomorrow. I'll let you know. I'll tweet it out and let you know what the plan is. How about that? Everyone have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bet responsibly. I'm posting my stuff. We're all posting our stuff on the website now, by the way.
Best of luck, Chiefs.
Later.